All right, so this is a bit of a different practice, and that is I'm going to do just 4 positions. And they're going to be longer holds and a little bit more of an internal gaze. I've been getting some great direct messages and emails from people around how all the work we're doing is really helping your body feel better, like it's functioning better. You feel like you're standing taller, you're doing your activities better, and there's other stuff, like there's other things that are bubbling up. So this is really about allowing that bubbling up work to just do its thing and letting your brain sort of settle out and not so much give it a chance to think about it, if you know what I mean. And just do the introspective quiet work of listening and feeling to your body and allow all that other sort of subconscious work to do its thing. It's why I like calling it the caterpillar in the chrysalis. So the things you're going to need today are a sandbag or like a bag of rice, and then a bolster or a couple of pillows, and then a pillow either for your head or some blankets, something like that. All right. So we're just going to chill out, and yet not just chill out and kind of like having a Mai Tai kind of chill out, a chill out like you're really just going to sink in and allow that inner work to be done. All right. So I hope you'll enjoy it, and do let me know how it sits with you later. All right, here we go. The first one we're going to do is we're going to do a twist, and we're going to set the bolster up, or the pillows, at an angle. So if I'm lying on my side here, then what I'm going to do is I'll be taking my arm up like this and moving into a twist, and then having my arm rest on the bolster behind me, okay? Now I'm going to actually prop mine up so it's at a little bit of an angle. You can also put pillows and blankets on top of it if you would prefer. Okay, so here we go. Coming onto your side. And setting yourself up so that your head is in line with your spine as best as you can. I know that sometimes that getting that really, really accurate positioning can sometimes be tricky. So don't like mess around with it too much, just kind of get a feel of it. And then just feel that you're in a decent space. And then from here, bring that arm up to the sky. And now let's start to take a twist. Now here is what becomes really interesting. We're going to do a couple little twists just to kind of get you going here and feel. So the idea is I want you to think about that rib cage doing the movement, and that you're not doing this. So you see how I kind of slide down the axis of my body? I really want you to think about making this a rotation motion, right? And so that then, let me just position my bolster, so that then your arm just meets the bolster where it is. Okay? Let me show that to you again. So you can stack your bolster up, you can angle it up as much as you need, but you're moving through rotation. So it's your rib cage that's moving relative to your pelvis. Your pelvis is staying more or less quiet, right? And so that rib cage is doing the movement, and then the arm rests. But again, you want to be careful that you don't do this. Okay? You also don't want to hold yourself long, but you do want to stop yourself before you come into a position where you collapse. Okay? So getting yourself all set up here. Taking yourself into a twist. Good. And then just rest. And easily breathe. Now you can have something between your legs. You can absolutely do that. And just easy breathing. think about bringing the breath without increasing its volume. Think about bringing it into the outside of your ribs, right up here. So try not to breathe deeper, just direct it to the outer ribs. Okay, and then bring that arm back up. Good, and then bring the arm down. Okay, and now take the pillow away and then lie back on your back. And now just notice what you notice between your left and your right sides. Okay, and now let's go to the other side. So the pillow comes over here. The bolster setup moves over. Okay, so here we are. Okay, the bolster piece of setup is always the tricky bit, right? So you're going to take the arm up and bring yourself over. And I know my arm is being cut off a little bit here. So what you're paying attention to here, watch my ribs. Watch my ribs. Let's see if I can just bring this up a little bit more. Hold on a sec, so that you can see more of my body here. So arm comes up, and then from here, the GH joint, the glenohumeral joint, stays where it is, and it's the rib cage that's doing the movement. Yeah. And my arm just rests. Like I said, you can put something between your legs if you want. Some people find, you see how my leg bone comes out of my hip socket here, and then it drops. I'm coming into an adduction. So sometimes that can put quite a bit of strain on for somebody. So I place in a block here. It changes the orientation of that leg bone. But you don't have to do it. You just have to notice what it's like on your body. And then just easy, easy, easy breathe. Breathing in through to your ribs without changing the volume. Just allow that breath to be directed to the side of the ribs. Okay, and then bring that back up. Good, and then bring the arms down. Good. Take this away, lie flat on your back. Notice what it is that you feel. Okay, so now we're going to do something similar, but a little bit different. We're going to take the bolster, the pillows. I'm going to set myself up vertically because I think it might provide a better orientation. Okay, so now from here, we're going to come onto it vertically, and you'll see here that the bolster is right off to the side here. Okay, and I'm going to position myself so that the arm's going to come around to my ear like this, and I'm going to take my twist like so. So if I come closer to you here, the movement is, so you're here, and you're just going to go into a twist there, and then just rest the arm. Bolster here, you're just going to rest the arm there. So the movement, again, is a rotation. The pelvis is staying relatively there. Okay? All right, let's go. Really try to make this a rotation and not a back bend. And as you breathe, you just might feel this settling inside. Stay with your body. Try not to go off into the ether. Stay connected to the movement of your body. The movement of the breath, the various sensations. I find that there can sometimes be times when my clients will say, I need to do more. Like they're in we look back and they realize they were in the crux of their transformation. And in that time, they really felt like there was this feeling of needing to do more. When what I see in them is actually a place of needing to pause. Not to stop, but to allow for a moment of a real integration and allowing for that which we can't see to do its thing. So sometimes these quieter practices can be so quietly powerful. So for the doers who are watching this, it can be a bit astonishing, really. Okay, and let's come out. Good. Lie onto your back and take a moment. Feel what you notice left to right. And then when you're ready, let's begin to go to the other side. All right, and then set yourself up. Arm comes around. And then once you've found the right position for that bolster or those pillows, then just breathe. Easy, easy, easy breath. And then slowly come back and then lie on your back. Okay, so now we're going to come into a position, into like a Supta Baddha Konasana position. You can do this with blocks, or you can do it with a bolster, or you can do it with whatever, if you know how to do this, whatever setup. So you could do something like you're going to be lying on your back, and you could do something like so, with your legs supported like so, right? And then you're lying back like that. You can do something like that. You can also, depending on the props you have, do something like this with your legs supported. You can also use 2 pillows, or really whatever you have. Just do your best to make the amount of your angle the same on both sides. Okay. So I'm going to use these blocks. I'm going to leave the bolster off to the side. All right. Okay, let's go. All right, so lovely here. Now, easy, 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 easy breathing. And if you're game, I want you to feel, if you can, your whole pelvis. And you can either put your hands on your pelvis or just bring your breath there, or your mind's eye, and just notice where your pelvis is. And feel the breathing through your belly. And then if you'd like, bring in your breath to your orifices of your pelvic floor. So breathing into your pelvic floor and breathing out through your pelvic floor. So the in is like you're filling up the orifices of the pelvic floor, and the exhale is settling out. Now it might be that your pelvic floor is a little bit tight or taut. That's okay. Just breathe up into that space. There's no need to force anything to do anything that it doesn't want to do. Coming back to your breathing. And another few breaths. And then let whatever is propping you up, let that go. And then just take a breather. Easy, easy, easy breath. Okay. This last one, you can use pillows or you can use a bolster. You're going to place the bolster underneath your legs. Now do your best. See where my pelvis is here? Do your best to keep your pelvis where it is so that you don't do that with your... It's easy just to kind of drop your legs down and move your back into a back bend. But see if you can let the bolster come into a place where your legs are supported, your pelvis is supported. And then take your sandbag or bag of rice, if you have that, and place it right at your pelvis. So it's on both your pelvic bones and on the belly tissue, not on your belly, but touching some bone, which is the pelvis, as well as the tissue that's between those two bones. Okay, and then just rest back. And then easy, easy breathing. Come back to your breath. Stay with your body. Really try not to Go off into the ether, come back and stay with the breath, stay with your inner world. And then slowly take the sandbag off, remove the bolster, and then just let yourself rest. Let yourself rest back. Now you can be here for as long as you'd like. And just take your time. As you're rolling over and move on with the rest of your day, or maybe you're settling into sleep, have a good next bit of time. Enjoy this quiet. Take good care. See you tomorrow morning.